I might lose my farm because of the government.
No, because of who you voted for.
NRCS, conservation planning. So they had a program out there called the EQIP program.
That's a great program. And Joe Biden's Inflation Reduction Act provided $60 billion to that program. But the person you voted for froze those funds. So what happened?
He got a contract with them for $240,000. So called me today and said, hey, I know we have this signed contract. We're reneging on it.
Every day, it feels like more and more Trump supporters are finally starting to realize what a second Trump presidency would actually mean for them. This first guy? He literally benefited from a Joe Biden initiative and somehow thought Trump was going to keep it going while Trump has Elon Musk cutting any and all money. But anyway, let's check out the rest of these clips. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.
That sucks for you. But again, with all these people that regret voting for Donald Trump, we don't feel bad. This was laid out in Project 2025. We warned everyone, but y'all didn't want to believe us. And so because you voted for Donald Trump, you're at risk of losing your farm.
I had this contract. I made business decisions based on this contract.
Then you should have done more research. But what sucks the most is the farmers that did the research and voted for Kamala. Those are the ones we feel bad about.
But I don't understand how you can sign a contract and then just renege on that contract. I do not.
It hasn't even been 3 weeks yet. And so many people are in the find out stage. Next time there's an election, just do more research.
Well, wouldn't you know? So now you're finding out that Americans, you voted for Trump there, you're finding out that you may not get your Christmas bonuses because of the tariffs, because your employers are going to need to, quote unquote, stock up on supplies before the tariffs kick in. Ooh. People have been explaining what tariffs are for a long time now.
It's honestly kind of concerning how many people don't seem to get that tariffs make prices skyrocket. Like it's not some complicated concept. The cost gets passed down to us. And the craziest part, even just the threat of tariffs has already done a ton of damage to the economy.
Democrats have been trying to tell you it's a bad idea. FAFO.
So I'm in Walgreens, and there's this guy in front of me who's all decked out in his MAGA gear. The one with the daddy's home, you know, with the fist in the air. Anyway, he's there with his MAGA hat on and his Trump shirt, and he's getting his prescriptions. So the lady behind the counter that's helping him lets him know, sir, I've noticed that you have TRICARE as your insurance, and I'm just letting you know you should be getting a letter in the mail that we are no longer going to be contracted through them at the end of this month. He said, what do you mean? We got Selfridge right down the road. What do you mean you ain't going to be contracted through no veterans insurance? And she said, sir, there are a whole lot of administrative changes that are going to be going on, and Walgreens, the company, is unsure of what contracts through the VA, what contracts for the military are going to be revised or pulled. She says, now, I'm sure there are other pharmacies such as CVS or mail-in pharmacies such as Express Scripts that will still honor your insurance. But as far as Walgreens, we will not. And boy, did this man get so mad. He didn't understand what was going on. So she broke down to him what was happening. She's like, you know, he's talking about getting rid of VA hospitals. He's getting rid of possibly disability for veterans, or putting a 10-year max cap on that. And it's going to be an extremely hard process to even be approved for that. So this guy, he's just like staring at her, and he goes, well, shit, I don't know what I'm going to do. He said, you know, the only thing that I live off of right now is my VA and my Social Security. And she just kind of looked at him, and I looked at him, and I said, they're going to be taking your Social Security too. And I looked down at his shirt, and I looked back up at him. I said, you know, from one veteran to another, Daddy doesn't get...
Donald Trump is a walking disruption. Nothing about him screams smooth operation. So if you really thought he was going to come in and everything would just run like clockwork, yeah, that was wishful thinking.
Give a fuck if you have your medicine or not. He really doesn't. He doesn't care that you served. He deferred his freaking draft 4 times because his feet hurt. I mean, what do you expect from the guy? well, Republicans are supposed to be all about their military. I said, this is not about Republicans and Democrats, sir. There's Republicans, there's Democrats, and then there's MAGA. And I said, and unfortunately, you're all a part of the MAGA. I said, hey, you voted for them. You fucked around and now you're gonna find out. And I kind of feel bad because his face was just so like this was the first time he ever heard this. This was the first time he was ever hearing that as a veteran, his benefits, his security is being threatened. That his Social Security is being threatened. Like, where the fuck are these people staying? Where are they at? Like, living under a rock? I don't get it. But anyway, that's my story.
You know, at the end of the day, with all of MAGA figuratively shoving our nose in our own shit like we're dogs in order to feel superior about Trump winning the election, I actually pity this man that she's talking about. And here's the thing. We have no idea what's going to happen. And I'm a veteran. My parents are veterans. I'm a military brat through and through. And now veterans' options are going to be severely limited, as if vets don't have a hard enough time already. There's a lot of consequence that comes from the results of elections and the words that comes out of
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, let's jump back into the video.
Politicians' mouths during these elections. It kind of reminds me of this debate I was having with somebody recently who was saying, don't worry about mass deportations. That's not going to happen. He doesn't have the power to do that. It was just a ploy. It was a talking point or whatever. Well, that remains to be seen. And beyond that, he appears to be doubling down. It's going to have massive implications for our economy. And even if that never happened, which it's looking like it is, just the fact that it has been used as a part of his political strategy is going to have, and has had, demonstrable consequences in our communities. The same way that his Project 2025 initiative that he pretended to not know anything about and everyone looked the other way is going to have massive implications. If I've said it once, I've said it twice, and I've said it thrice. Having zero scope of what your iconic billionaire leader is proposing in his policies simply because he loathes the same groups of people that you do is the ultimate fuck around and find out karma that you are about to receive.
Are my MAGA family regretting their decisions? No, they're celebrating. They're celebrating the deportations. Yeah.
I'm going to have to put on my fucking double seeing glasses because I can't even begin to see the amount of bullshit coming from you.
I do not like this song. Santa Claus is coming to town. Do not come to my town.
People are starting to realize that, we might have made a mistake. I think we made a mistake. So search hashtag leaving MAGA and you'll just find tons of videos of people who are regretting their decision, which is, I know the last 2 weeks have been insane in America, but I mean, the stuff that he has said all along and just all of the lies that he's been telling ever since he first started running, and the fact that he says things that are just absolutely bonkers and completely made up, you guys still voted for him.
The truth is, no matter how much bad news comes out about Trump, there are still people who will vote for him anyway. And honestly, I don't feel bad for the ones who are now regretting it. They bought into the whole America first and cutting wasteful spending narrative, yet here we are. Trump helping the Israeli PM stay in power and talking about investing in Gaza, a literal war zone. This is what y'all wanted, and it's going to be a long 4 years. And drop a comment and let me know what you think about all these people suddenly having regrets. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos.